Hi everyone, welcome to Mangwon. It is a hot Friday and I picked today to come to one of my favorite neighborhoods because it's not raining. However, I didn't consider the fact that it is 90% humidity. The air is water. It is so hot, and so anyway, I'm going to get some breakfast. I'm going to hit some cafes, hit a lot of shops, and just kind of show you around. This area is always changing and I don't come here as often just because I don't live here anymore. I live far away, so I'm excited to be here regardless of how literally just like wet I am. And this video is also sponsored by Squarespace. Hey, thank you. If you would like to start a website, open up your online presence, Squarespace is a great resource. I have used it for years for caricakes.net, which is my personal blog, because they have a comment section. I can connect my social media accounts. They have really great analytics and even an email list feature, and yeah, they have really wonderful templates, monetization features, so you can really do whatever you want with it, and I highly recommend it. So you can go to squarespace.com right now and set up your website for free, and then if you feel like you are ready to launch, you can go to squarespace.com/caricakes to get 10% off of your first website or domain. So thank you as always to Squarespace, and I think he just opened the breakfast place and I'm very excited, so let's brunch, shall we?
My friend nostalgia, I found you when I heard the sweet sound of the ones who I once knew so well. In a voice memo from years ago, we were laughing about some nonsense. Oh, how I miss those friends. Circumstances made it so that I'll never see their faces, except for on the internet, where I'll never really know what's going on behind their smiles. I mean, I guess I could check in once in a while, but those friends are growing up, and there's no time for us to pretend we'd stay in touch, 'cause everybody knows it will never be the same. We move on and people change. Yeah, us friends are growing up, and I wanna tell them the reason why I never get to see them, but clearly they don't need to know.
Okay, that was potentially the best brunch I've ever had. Every single one of my favorite things was included on that plate. There were pistachios, there were peaches. So anyway, I was originally planning on staying there and reading my book until the next place opened, but our next destination opens at noon and they were getting kind of busy and I felt bad taking up a table. It's 11, so I found another place. There's so many cool places in this area. I'm not even scratching the surface, but I literally just looked on Neighbor Maps and clicked the nearby open cafes, and I found a place that looks really cute, so I'm gonna go there. Also, it's supposed to be sunny today, and those up there, yeah, those look like rain clouds. So I didn't bring my umbrella. I was really taking a risk, and I think I'm gonna be in trouble. But anyway, let's go get toast.
guess I seen you yesterday. Now that you're away, can't get a break. For goodness sakes, I'm going home. When I'm alone, I can't help thinking. Am I crazy now? Am I going mad? Cause as of lately, I've been missing what we have. Now you're right here, but there's a fear you won't come back. Now I'm busy overthinking about a moment that hasn't passed. Let's raise the red flags high. Seems I have a little bit of trouble trusting people sometimes. Oh, my heart is paralyzed. I think it's time I try to open what's inside, little by little. Oh, 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 little by little. I swear I've seen this all before. I'm even higher now, so I'm scared to fall. The days without you help me see that I've been healing through your company. Let's raise the red flags high. Seems I have a little bit of trouble trusting people sometimes. Oh, my heart is paralyzed.
Hi, wow, that was great. I'm eating and consuming like way too much sugar, but I'm very happy. I feel like I've gotten in, okay. I feel like I've gotten myself into my routine where I just kind of do the same couple things every day, or like even if I'm going to a new place, it's still relatively in the same neighborhood. Oh, is it still crowded? Good, I'm glad that's where we had breakfast. Anyway, I feel like I've been not venturing out that much. It's also just because of the weather, and I'm a baby. It rained and now it is like more humid. I don't know if that's possible, but anyway, and it's really when I push myself to go to a neighborhood I haven't been to in a while that I remember how much I love this city. Like, I always love Seoul, but I just feel like when you put yourself in a place that you aren't going to all the time, I don't know, you notice little details more. I've become kind of like a robot. Like, I walk the same streets and so I'm very happy today. Even though, like, yes, I'm just going to a cafe, I'm paying more attention to the music. Like, I love Milestone, but they always play the same soundtrack. Like, new sounds, new tastes, new streets to walk down. Always a good idea. So if you're in a little bit of a rut, I highly recommend, even if it's just like 10 minutes outside of where you normally go, give it a try. But now we're gonna hit a couple shops. They all open around like 1:32. Mangwon's pretty dead on weekdays definitely before noon, but definitely before 2 p.m. But now it's 1, so I'm going to head to a couple interior shops, and definitely will not be buying anything, but a girl can dream. Okay, let's go.
Keep dancing with the devil, but he doesn't love me back, no.
something waiting right there where you left it, lying upside down. When you finally find it, you'll see how it's faded. The underside is lighter when you turn it around. Everything stays right where you left it. Everything stays, but it still changes ever so slightly, daily and nightly, in little ways when everything stays. Go down to the ocean, the crystal tide is raising. The water's gotten higher as the shore washes out. Keep your eyes wide open, even when the sun is blazing. The moon controls the tide, it can cause you to drown.
This is probably my 5th attempt to visit this store, and I always come a little bit after it opens to give them time. I always check Instagram to make sure that they're not closed today. They are never open, and I don't know what to do. I want to go in so bad. Look.
Elle panique à l'idée d'en faire trop, de vieillir prématurément. Elle panique à l'idée d'être de trop, de s'ennuyer un instant. Elle a peur que tu t'en ailles perdre.
A breeze just picked up, but I am melting. This is wild how humid it is. So I have one more spot, and then I was thinking of hanging around here long enough to go to this place that is a like jazz bar that also has coffee, that looks adorable. It's filled with books, but they only open at 5, and I don't know if I can like hang out this long in this heat. I like can't drink another coffee. I am like anxiety up to here, so I'll leave that down below because it is a really cute place. But let's hit a few more spots.
Représailles, elle a peur pour son petit frère, elle a peur, peur pour son derrière. Elle panique, elle panique, elle panique. Fous-moi la paix, ma sale caboche, tu ne me feras pas sombrer. Je t'aurai à grands coups de pioche si tu ne laisses pas tomber.
Okay, wait, that was the cutest thing. I randomly saw this bookstore called Low Books, walked in, and usually I get really nervous when like the owners are very like, can I help you? But this time she said, can I recommend you a book? And I was like, actually, yeah, because Kurt had just read a book that I had seen that like she had written a note saying like she recommends it. And I was like, my husband just read that book and he loved it. Is there anything similar? And she was like, got you, girl. And she recommended all these books, and I bought one, and I bought one for myself. It's Emily Dickinson in Korean and in English, so that's really cool. Highly recommend. She spoke English so well too. Like we tried to start in Korean, and then I was like, I couldn't express myself quick enough, and she was so sweet, and she had great recommendations, and the selection was really cool. So I recommend. God, I'm melting though.
Elle balise de ses mérins chauds. Sa précieuse, sa latue, sa lessive dans son tambour. Elle veut pas finir seule et moche, elle veut qu'on s'inquiète pour elle. Elle veut pas voir de la bidoche, ni cesser les poils saoulés. C'est celle.
Follow one last sign.
Elle panique, elle panique, elle panique. Fous-moi la paix, ma vieille caboche. Je suis rincée, tu ne me fous pas la pétoche, et je ne veux plus t'écouter. Fous-moi la paix
touche de ta loche, je me sens tout démantelé. Sur moi tes questions ricochent, inutile de te fatiguer.
This is like the biggest barbecue place I've ever seen. Even this taxi is slowed down, like what the hell? Ugh. Oh my god, guys, and with that, I head home. I'll catch up with you then. I literally like can't even think. But I only scratched the surface of Mangwon, as I said, and I'll leave some extra links down below. Anyway, we'll talk later. We'll talk in air conditioning. How about that? Hi friends, it's a couple days later, and that was my lovely little trip to Mangwon. I didn't even go to the market. I've taken you there quite a few times. I have a couple other vlogs of like specifically for Mangwon. It's just a place where no matter how many times I go, there's always something new opening up. I love that it's so, I think it's changing a little bit, but it's so many just like mom and pop shops, not a whole lot of chains. It's a lot of just these little individual artists or cafe owners and stuff like that. It's just great vibes there. I find that I, as you guys might know, live in Gangnam, and because it's so businessy, it's a lot of like people commuting to and from work and a lot of just like busy business people kind of life. But Mangwon, like you see people just riding their bikes and hanging out, and there's like, you know, little kids coming to and from school and grandmas sitting on the stairs into there. That's like a big thing in Korea, is like usually the owners of little villas are like very old people, and they just like sit on their stoop and like watch the world go by. They're like neighborhood watch. Love that. So yeah, it's just really wonderful vibes over there. And like I said, didn't even show you the market. I love, there's a kalguksu place, like a sujebi kalguksu place in the market. So good. So yeah, truly barely scratched the surface. It's a great place to kind of have those little markers, like a couple places you know you want to go to, and then you're inevitably going to find something really wonderful in between those stops. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed that little day trip. It was so hot. Like, I don't know why I didn't just come back inside when I stepped out of my house and I felt how humid it was. Truly not the best day to be walking around, but I still had fun, and I hope you did too. So once again, thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this. You can find all the info in the description box, but if you go to squarespace.com/caricakes, you can get 10% off of your first website or domain whenever you choose to start your online presence. So my battery is dying, so I'm going to leave you here, but thank you as always, and I will catch you guys next time. Let me know what other neighborhoods you'd like me to cover, and see you then, okay? Bye!
Let's go in the garden. You'll find something waiting.